This is Deepfake Alfred Hitchcock, and you are listening to Fuck It, We're Doing It Live.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! I'll write it and we'll do it live! We'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
Hello everybody, welcome to the very 6th episode of Fuck It, We're Doing It Live. As always, this is a live podcast unless you're listening to the recording, so that's you, the audience, you can and should participate. You can always call me directly at 713-367-1534, 713-367-1534. That number is going to be in the bottom corner of the screen for the whole episode, so if you've got something to say, go ahead and call in. Nolan is back tonight. He missed last week's show to attend a violent anti-vax protest in Huntington Beach, but he's back this week to talk about the first good movie of the year, Jackass 4. And we're introducing a new mini movie segment tonight. It's called the 2022 Movie Title Belt. It's going to be given to the best movie of the year so far, voted on by myself and Nolan. And spoiler alert, it's Jackass 4. The Oscar nominations were released today, so we'll be going through those as well. And in honor of the start of the Winter Olympics, tonight's trivia game celebrates the greatest country in the world, China. In tonight's game, I will ask you 3 questions about China generously provided to me by my CCP handlers. And if you can toe the party line and get all 3 trivia questions right, you could win tonight's swear jar. I have a pitch counter with me here to keep track of all my swear words, so if you hear that clicking noise, that's what it is. That's right. Every time I curse, that's another 25 cents in the jar for you to win. We're already up to 61 quarters. That is $15.25. That's enough for 2 meals at Whataburger. So pretty worth it if you ask me. And that number is only getting higher. And tonight, we actually have a bonus trivia prize as well. Thanks to our glorious CCP patrons, shout out G. Tonight's trivia winner is going to get 1,500 points added to their social credit score. So if you want to be able to play video games during the week or sit down on the train, you make sure to call in later and boost that social credit score. We'll be doing trivia at the end of the show tonight, so make sure you stick around. I'm going to be playing a little bit of royalty-free music for y'all tonight, a little bit of transition stuff, especially when I'm waiting for y'all to call in. Apologies to those of y'all that are going to be listening to the recording, but I have to edit out a lot of the music before I post it anywhere. So if you want to hear the most bitchin' tunes that freesound.org has to offer, you're going to have to tune in live on Twitch every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. We had a few issues with the audio on the stream last week, so let me know in the chat if anything sounds off tonight. I do see y'all in the chat, even though I might not always be paying attention. I am watching. We've revamped our crime hotline this week. If you have ever thought about committing a crime, ever, it can be hypothetical or it can be all too real, you give us a call and I will help you plan it out. If you ever fantasize about killing your boss, or maybe your mother-in-law, if you ever wanted to rob a bank or a convenience store, or maybe you just want to watch the world burn, whatever it is, give us a call at 713-367-1534 and I will do my best to help you execute your vision and your victims without spending a minute behind bars. I've got a great show for you tonight. I'm drinking Pernod again because that's just my brain food now. And we're just getting started here, so stick around after the break for our crime hotline and discussion of Jackass 4. But first, here's a word from our sponsors.
911, what is your emergency?
Hi, I came out to the woods to fish, and now I can't find my way back, and it's getting dark, and I'm just walking around with this gigantic bag of salmon. Oh my God, what was that? Oh my God, it's a bear. No.
The
owner of this Apple Watch has taken a hard fall and is not responding to their watch. The emergency location is latitude 47.7, longitude minus 117.5 with an estimated search radius of 41 meters. This message will repeat in 5 seconds. Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
And now I'm going to open up our crime hotline. So if you've ever fantasized about killing somebody, if you ever wanted to rob a bank or commit financial fraud on a global scale or get up to any other kind of mischief, give us a call at 713-367-1534. That's 713-367-1534. Whatever it is, give us a call. We can help you get away with it. I'm going to play a little bit of tunes while we wait for somebody to give me a call.
This is Deepfake Kevin Harlan, and you are listening to Fuck It, We're Doing It Live. We're doing it live.
Hello, you are on the air. What's up?
How we doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Oh, can't complain too much. Having a pretty decent evening.
Yeah, you got any crimes you're looking to commit tonight or in the near future?
See, every time I committed a crime in the past, it's gone terribly. So I almost got hit with a burglary charge and a drug trafficking charge one time.
Oh, well, that's,
yeah. I'll tell you what. I feel like convenience stores kind of standard to rob, right? We got to think outside the box. They're expecting that.
Yeah.
You know those trucking rest stops with the weigh stations? They're always closed, and I think something's hidden there.
Oh, I like this. Yeah. What are they weighing in there, you know?
Exactly.
So you're thinking what? You want to rob one of these weigh stations, maybe get a little bit of cash, some trucks maybe?
I think they're government storage, because hear me out.
Okay.
No one ever goes in there.
Yeah.
There's places throughout the different states.
Yep.
Dog, you can only fit so much in Area 51.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Extra storage. So, what do you think?
I like
How
this.
should I steal from a truck weigh station?
So you're looking to break into a truck weigh station and steal some sort of evidence of aliens or other sort
I'm
of...
just looking for decent goods.
Just anything that's in there? Yeah. So, all right, well, what you're going to want to do is it seems like blunt force is the way to go about this because you know what? Nobody's going to look twice at going to a truck weigh station, a truck. So, what you're going to want to do...
18-wheeler.
Yep.
We're going to steal that. Or how's that work?
Well, I mean, you can steal an 18-wheeler pretty easily. You just get yourself a truck stop lizard, give her a little bit of cash, distract the trucker who's got the 18-wheeler, and bibbity bobbity boo, you are off with your truck on the way to the weigh station. And once you get there, I think it's really just a game of blunt force. You know, you just got to smash as hard as you possibly can into wherever they keep the storage. I guess you have to case the place for a little bit and find out where everything is. But I think with an 18-wheeler going full speed, not a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to break through there.
There's one other problem there, I reckon, though.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm not certified to drive an 18-wheeler. I'm not trying to commit that crime. I'm just trying to commit this one.
That's right. Yeah, well, I mean, the easiest way to get caught committing a crime is to commit another crime. You know, you should only ever commit one crime at a time. So maybe you'll need an accomplice, but that opens up a lot of other potential issues.
Oh, they'll have to kill them like at the end of Goodfellas. So
Exactly.
Like Deanna Solo and Layla.
And like we said, we don't want to commit more crimes, and that would just be adding murder, which is a tough one to beat. Maybe you cut a trucker's brake lines, and then they go into the weigh station super fast, smash for you. You're following behind in a getaway vehicle. In, out.
Good shit.
I think that'll work. Let us know how that goes, because it sounds like a pretty solid crime. Just make sure, you know, conceal yourself, wear your mask, both for COVID and identity protection, and try not to commit other crimes while you're committing your crime.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in to the crime hotline. I really hope that goes well and that you don't get caught and that this doesn't make its way back to us. Feel free to call back into the show anytime.
Thank you very much.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
All right. So, as you can see, we're just making it happen all across the country. Crimes are being committed with our help. If you would like to get up to a little illegal mischief sometime and you need a little help figuring out how to get it done, give us a call on our crime hotline at 713-367-1534. That's 713-367-1534. And you don't have to wait until the segment. You know, the line's always open. My personal line is always open if you're having trouble with the Google Voice. We'll be down to take a break from whatever we're talking about and switch to your crime, because let's be real, that's what's most important. So, moving on. We've got Nolan here. Nolan, where you at? Nolan
Thinking
here.
about,
there he is.
thinking about truck stop aliens.
Yeah, that was a really interesting situation. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of a truck stop alien.
It's true. I have never seen one open, so anything's possible.
Yeah, and when I was taking the trailer around, technically you're supposed to get it weighed and everything,
Yeah.
but all of those weigh stations are closed to any other vehicle except trucks. So
Right.
What do the truckers know that we don't, and why aren't we allowed where they can go? What's up with that?
I don't know.
Gives
So
a
now I'm on.
whole new meaning to the term truck stop lizard. I'm thinking there might be truck stop lizard people, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a great band name.
Truck stop lizard people? Actually
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Can we make that the house band?
Yeah, our house band is the Truck Stop Lizard People. It's official.
Yes.
They only play covers of Mark Rebelais songs that I've downloaded from YouTube to MP3.
And they do a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you, Truck Stop Lizards. You guys are great every night.
Yeah.
All right, well, today we're talking about Jackass 4. And as a part of this, I'm going to introduce a new mini kind of movie segment here. This is the Fuck It, We're Doing It Live 2022 movie title belt. This prestigious award will be given to the best movie of 2022 so far, and the champ will hold on to the belt until a new movie is voted champion by both myself and Nolan. So that's got to be unanimous. And
That in itself is might make this a long-time contender.
it gives a big advantage to first movers here.
Early
But,
movies.
There will not be any sort of disputed champions in my podcast.
True. Fair
we
enough.
have unanimous only.
We believe in that.
All right, so let's talk Jackass 4. I mean, obviously, look, if you don't know the Jackass movies at this point, I don't know what you're doing. This is the fourth one. This comes 10 years after Jackass 3, which came 10 years itself after Jackass 1. So these guys have been at it a long, long time. Nolan, you want to get started with your thoughts here?
Yeah. Well, I liked it because, I mean, comparing it to the other Jackass movies, it's like higher concept, I think, in a lot of the gags and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially the opening gag and the ending ones.
The opening gag reminded me of the Diarrhea Volcano Hill from, I believe, Jackass 2.
I thought that was Jackass 3.
I think you're right. I think it's Jackass 3.
But it shows a big difference between the two, because where the previous Jackasses are very fecal and fecal humor.
Very fecal.
This one is very testicular and crotch based. So
yeah, a lot
and
of
they
cum,
really do
too. Animal cum, human cum.
It wasn't.
Well, actually, I don't know if there was human.
No, there
cum.
wasn't.
There probably
human
are
cum.
a lot
Yeah.
of like
Only in
legal
your
issues with that.
Maybe that's just in your theater.
I was the only one in there, so yeah,
yeah,
probably.
exactly. Well, which is a shame because I saw it on opening night, and if there's ever a crowd that would be like nice to be rowdy but still engaged, it was this
Right.
crowd. I mean, it was like a party. It was a really great time.
Yeah, I
pretty
wish.
much the only. Yeah.
When I was buying my ticket, there was like a black seat on the thing on the screen, like where it usually says a seat's been taken. And so I thought there was going to be one other person in there, and then I got in there and there wasn't. And usually that would be awesome, but I was kind of disappointed because I was just sitting there like yelling at the screen and like screaming, laughing by myself.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, you did miss out because it was a really good time, and also
a theater full of people just going,
oh, and and gross. And there was definitely a couple times where it's like, turn your head away. That's painful. Or the pig jizz one. I just can't do that.
That was a little underwhelming based on the build up. They only did it to one person.
I mean, good. I could have been okay without that entirely. But outside of that, like, I still think it's really funny, and they go bigger, I think, than the other ones. They also really focus on torturing one specific person, Aaron.
Yeah.
He's actually
Zach gets it pretty bad too.
He's like the star. Yeah, Zach does.
I was gonna say Aaron definitely is the star of this movie.
Yeah, and he's great. All of his reactions are really good. My favorite, or probably one of my favorites, was the Silence of the Lambs. Where they turn out all the lights and stuff like that. God, that was
hysterical.
Pretty good. Yeah. Also, one thing I noticed, which I never really put together, is that all the Jackass movies, and maybe even the TV show, they all have really good soundtracks. I guess it comes from that, like, Spike Jonze,
MTV,
Skate, MTV stuff. So, like, it's enjoyable on a bunch of different levels. I'll also give a shout out to the softball pitch. I was crying laughing at that.
That was incredible. I mean,
what was your
all
favorite?
of the Aaron moments were just so fucking funny.
Yeah. What was your favorite sketch or no, you can't call it a sketch. Prank.
Oh man.
Torture. Whatever.
Steve-O getting the cock ring with the queen bee on it.
Oh God.
Was just incredible. That was like truly, truly inspired. There were a lot of pranks where I was just like, this is beyond just being like a dumb prank. This is pure genius.
It's what separated it. Like, it was like weirdly conceptual.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the one where they shoot Johnny Knoxville out of that cannon so high into the air, but they make a joke about him being Icarus, or the graveyard.
And he manages to like sort of do the wings too.
Yeah, like,
it's fantastic.
He sells it. And same with the like the skeletons in the graveyard with the buzzard. Like,
yeah, that was
really
crazy.
Commit to the bit with it, and it's really fun. And separates it from like YouTube quality stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That and just the sheer scale of it.
Exactly.
I liked how there were a lot of animal stunts in this one too. I felt like they used a variety of animals in really hilarious ways.
They had snakes, bees,
spiders,
bulls,
different types of spiders.
Yeah. Anytime that British guy shows up, somebody's getting a scorpion.
When he makes Aaron kiss the viper, and he's like, no, get in there again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought that part was.
He probably loves working with these guys too.
Also another favorite one was the flip flop.
Quiz game, the Dum Dum Awards,
where Poopies just can't do math.
They're like,
the other two
4
people
is greater than 6, and he's like, no.
No, seriously. And then the other two people, Aaron and Wee Man, are just like laughing because he's so dumb. Like they could get these questions. Anyway, I thought that was really good, and it's gonna be hard to top of like how good of a time I had, how much of like just fun I had.
Yeah, I was just losing my mind laughing in the theater the whole time. And it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be hard to top, especially coming up in the year. We've got a pretty weak slate to start the year off. I think Jackass 4 could hold on to this for a long time.
I really don't see much on the horizon.
I mean, Batman, if it really exceeds expectations.
And it
looks
less than
like
3 hours long.
Hudson was talking to me about this, I think, the other day. He was saying that, and I think he's right, the Batman movie is going to try to do way too much. I mean, they've got Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman. It's 3 hours long. It's a whole new Batman, so they have to like build the whole origin out, which is really stupid. Cam, did you see? Cameron says no love for Moonfall. Cameron, we were gonna do Moonfall, but honestly, I just didn't even think it merited watching.
It looked that bad. Yeah.
But we will check it out. I mean, I'm sure we'll run into a slow week at some point, and we can go back and do all the movies that we've missed.
Hey Cam, hey, big Roland Emmerich guy. Hey, if you seen it, call in.
Yeah, wait, Cam, call back.
Yeah, call back.
Let me
or
know
call
what you
in
thought about Moonfall.
Okay, well, in the meantime, I think that the Batman movie is going to go like full emo, like eyeliner. It's got Robert Pattinson. It looks super moody, and I think it's from the trailers. It looks like it's trying way too hard to differentiate itself from the poppy, glossy, fun, happy family Marvel movies.
Right. Well, I mean, it seems like very much trying to be a successor to the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
Yes.
Which I'm not sure if that's such a great decision.
Or, in a certain way, the Joker with more rain.
Ah, I like where you're going here.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was their biggest success.
Yeah. Well, no, The Dark Knight is just a... Right? I mean, wait, box office-wise, actually... I'm going to find the numbers. 1 second.
Box office wise, The Joker was the first movie to make over $1 billion as an R-rated movie.
Holy shit.
It made a ton of money.
I'm
think
not
Dark
sure. Knight's PG-13 though. It
is.
Quick maths real fast. Hold on.
I agree, Jacqueline. It really, the color scheme is, like I said, it's like every ounce of, from the trailers, like every ounce of color that isn't gray, black, or like I said, rain is just leached out of it, and it could be really good. I'm a Batman comic book fan and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. If there is a superhero movie that I'm going to like, it's going to be
a Batman. Yeah, I agree. Breaking my no superhero movie rule for this one.
Well, it's really a no Marvel movie. I mean, I saw Joker because it was just such an enormous phenomenon, and you really couldn't miss it. Oh, wow. Okay. All releases worldwide. Dark Knight, $1,005,973,645. But that's worldwide. Domestically, it made $500 million.
Still. Also, there's a 10-year difference between them.
True. But, I mean, honestly, like, inflation versus streaming feels like it would probably balance out, if not be more skewed in the Dark Knight's favor.
Hold on, let me look up. Did you look up the Joker?
I am trying to, but Box Office Mojo is giving me a hard time right now.
I got
Shout out Box Office Mojo, sponsor me.
It made a bill and like change, but it made more.
Okay, it made about
less.
the same, but just barely more than the Dark Knight total, and a lot less domestically. That's weird.
A lot less domestically. Yeah.
I guess that's more indicative of like the growth of the global film scene in 11 years since. In between them. And like I said, I mean, streaming has really done a number on the domestic box. I think if Joker was released at the same time, or not the same time, but instead of The Dark Knight, like in a similar context, industry and financial-wise, it probably would have made more money looking at these numbers right now.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it's still a massive hit.
Absolutely. And, all right, our Zoom meeting says it'll end in 10 minutes. I will just start one over. And play some interlude music while I fix it up.
Sure.
Let's finish up Jackass 4 real fast.
Sure.
I mean, it's just a fun time. I don't know what else to say. Go see it. It's a great time. I don't care if you like Jackass or not. If you don't, start liking Jackass because it's awesome.
Also, props to Jackass for not trying to do like improving what they had going, but not really deviating from the formula. Like there's no like... It's just clips. It's just one segment after another. There's no headshots. There's no filler. Boom, 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 boom. And that's, I think, for doing something for 20 years, it's nice to appreciate a formula like that because I mean it really is distinct.
These guys just fucking like deliver and they execute.
Yeah.
And that's that. I missed that in 2021.
Yeah.
From pretty much everybody. And They do. I mean, they stick to the formula, and they do just enough of like introducing new people. I think where it's like, okay, like there are younger people, like Eric Andre's in the movie, and like that guy Zach who just got absolutely abused is in the movie, and like that girl, I think her name was Amber, is in the movie as well, and they're in a few stunts and they get their shine, but it's still like it's about Aaron and Knoxville and Steve-O and Wee Man.
Yeah.
The same, like the original crew. So I think they really just nailed it.
I do wonder if maybe there's an attempt to like, okay, the main crew retires, but they produce these movies with the younger ones. But I could also see it just,
I don't think Jackass makes nearly as much money without even one of Steve-O or Knoxville.
Really? I mean, fair.
I
agree.
Steve-O himself is just an enormous draw.
Yeah.
And Knoxville could keep doing it and not do the stunts and still basically do what he does.
Yeah.
But then it would kind of get really sadistic, right? Like, the reason that Knoxville works and like that people there like him is because he'll set himself up for the most dangerous stunts.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the bull, for example. And that's why everybody hates Jeff Tremaine, too, because he never does anything.
Yeah, he just gets to laugh and enjoy himself. Yeah. Also, I love the guy, the cameraman.
Oh, yeah, he keeps throwing up in his mask. That was so funny. Can I get a new mask, guys?
Yeah. Anyway, so long live Jackass.
Yes, long live Jackass indeed. Jackass forever. Okay. I'm going to run some interlude music, restart this Zoom meeting. Next week, I think I'm going to start paying for Zoom, so we'll stop having these problems. Oh, Phil says that there was actually a version that had Bam Margera in it. I didn't know about that, Phil. I mean, I don't know how much that would have differed. I don't know what happened between them. I don't really keep up with the Jackass drama or personal lives. I just watch them get hit in the nuts. But I don't know. Nolan, thoughts?
I can expand on this a little bit. There was a version, like, he was kicked off the set, mid-set. He violated some kind of drug policy protocol that they had. I think it was Adderall. And then he got kicked off. I'm not sure how much of the movie he actually did.
And they just completely cut him out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's not in it. I didn't see him.
Yeah, he there's definitely like some deleted footage that he's at. But no, I think they filmed the majority. It seems like they filmed the majority without him.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I didn't notice, which I guess is a credit to the editing and their ability to salvage that situation.
Yeah. But I don't think it was like he was in the background of most of it. I think he got kicked off pretty early.
Oh, yeah. Phil's saying there was a no drugs policy and he took Adderall.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thanks for the info, Phil. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess when you have a guy like Steve-O there with his kind of history, you probably have to, just make sure it's a healthy environment for everybody.
Isn't that the crazy part? Is like everybody was sober this time.
Yeah,
all this pain was
awesome.
real,
and it seems like they're having even more fun.
True, that's true.
Right, like that's the best part. It seems like they're having a better time than ever.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna play some interlude music, guys. Go see Jackass 4. It's hilarious.
This is Deepfake Kevin Harlan, and you are listening to Fuck It, We're Doing It Live. We're doing it live.
Cameron.
Oh, it's Cameron.
To accept, press 1. To send a
There we
voicemail,
go.
press 2.
How you doing, Cam?
Doing well. I figure we should hop in and talk about our anticipated movies for this next year.
Oh,
We
yeah.
gotta talk about
Did you see Moonfall, Cam?
I watched Moonfall.
Did you like it? I mean,
Oh, it was fucking insane.
I mean, is it okay? Run me through this one. This is like aliens are inside the moon, right?
I'm glad you asked. No, they're microbots made by a previously advanced Earth civilization, which put that there. Okay, so basically, inside the moon is apparently a white dwarf star.
Right.
I'm like, Christopher Nolan, you're pulling this shit out your ass again. And the reason for the 2-minute discrepancy in the Apollo 11 broadcasters, because when they dropped the booster on the moon,
Oh my God.
all those.
Okay, but
There's
I
a
mean,
moon
let's
mission
let's be real. That's
Will-
all just like kind of contrived stuff for a lot of cool action and explosions, right? So I guess the real
Oh, yeah.
question is, did the actions and the explosion deliver?
Moon, and then, like these swarm of microbots just come up and tear the shit out of his ship, right? Kill his buddy. He gets back to Earth,
Right.
and they're like, "You're lying. It was your error. What the fuck are you talking about? Hollow, you dumb son of a bitch."
Right.
He's fired. Then you got Samwise not Samwise. Sam.
I get him.
Harley
I also get them confused all the time. Samwise and Sam.
But the other fantasy sidekick, although, if we're being real, Samwise Gamgee is the protagonist of Lord of the Rings. Don't get me wrong. But, so, you got him. He's like, conspiracy theorist on Earth. He's like, the moon's hollow, and it's getting closer to Earth. And everyone's like, fuck you. And he's like, I'm going to go public on this, on Twitter. And then, for some reason, it gets picked up by people.
So they tweet about the moon being a dwarf star that's, like, infested with microbots. And do people pay attention? I mean...
Also built a megastructure around it by prehistoric humans.
Oh, my God.
Whose AI grew too powerful for them to contain. And so they had an extinction event.
Right.
But it just keeps getting better because that moon's coming to Earth.
Okay, wait, so why is the moon coming to Earth? And why now?
I wish I remembered.
Yeah, I guess it's not very important, the details.
Not really. So the moon's coming to Earth, government budget, tsunamis, etc. The Roland Emmerich classics, right?
Right.
But so, it's coming near Earth. It's getting bad. And then the U.S. government proposes a bold plan. They are going to nuke the moon.
Nuke the moon. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, no. But then the Secretary of Defense is like, we can't do this, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
Space Shuttle Endeavour. They launch the conspiracy theorists for some fucking reason, and Patrick Wilson up to the moon. Right? He baits out this swarm using his own body, being John Bradley, Sam Tarley.
Right.
Then they blow up an EMP.
On the moon?
Consciousness gets taken. Oh, yes, to destroy the microbots inside.
Okay, wait. So these microbots inside the moon can survive living in such close proximity to a white dwarf star, but an EMP wipes them out.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. Okay. I mean...
But so, yeah, he sacrificed himself and then gets this. Here's the big cliffhanger at the end. His consciousness was absorbed into the moon megastructure, and it makes no fucking sense, and I love it for it.
So it's fun.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking fun.
Okay.
It's a Roland Emmerich. You don't want these not have fun. Shit,
right.
What are you doing? There's a reason. I know it's schlock, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time because it's just dumb and fun. It's a movie.
Kicks ass,
to be a movie.
Okay. As long as it delivers, you know. It just looks like... It just looked like brain dumb. Or just like brain dead when I was watching the trailer.
It definitely is, don't get me wrong, but you don't go into a Roland Emmerich movie expecting Chris Nolan movie.
Right. And I don't know what it is about Patrick Wilson. Like, I like him as an actor. I like his performances. He seems like he plays nice guys and everything. But every time I see him in something, I'm like, oh, wow, that movie's going to be shit.
Yeah, no, because he's in those horror movies, one where he's in the really tight jeans.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's definitely why. It's The Conjuring, I believe.
That's Conjuring or what? I don't know. I just watched him when it really drunk.
Or it might have been Insidious.
No.
Maybe
Hold up. Yeah, because he's in like the Annabelle movie. The Conjuring, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he's in The Conjuring, which, yeah, are pretty shitty movies.
He's also in Insidious. He's in a lot of them.
He's in both.
Wow, he's in both. Oh, here's Nolan. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Insidious movies, or I did when I was like 14. Last time I saw them, but I don't know. Patrick Wilson just like screams, you know, B-movie studio kind of crap that makes a lot of money.
Yeah. Man, it's definitely doing. He was in Aquaman, shit.
Yeah. No, he's doing just fine.
He's doing okay money wise, but that having been said, yeah, no, it's schlock. But what are you looking forward to this year, movie wise?
Honestly,
you looking for Valentine's Day release this year?
I haven't really been looking forward to too much at this point. I'm
Death
just
on
like, what's that, Nolan?
Death on the Nile.
Yeah, Death on the Nile is coming out next week. I wouldn't say that I'm like excited about that, but
Oh, dog, problematic cast there too. That's the fun part.
yeah, a lot of Russell Brand and Armie Hammer issues and
Hey, even Gal Gadot is got Letitia Wright, who's like full anti-vax.
oh wow. Well, that'll be fun, I guess. And then Batman, I guess I'm not excited for Batman, but I'm hopeful.
I didn't even like it when Nolan did it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like my Batman super duper dark. You know, I feel like he needs like the Robin deal there.
Yeah, the Tim Burton Batmans are still the best ones, but I don't know.
Because of the man in the bat suit beating people up.
Yeah. Jacqueline's in the chat saying that there are better TV shows coming out now than there are movies, but there are new seasons of good stuff coming out, but I haven't really seen any new series starting that I'm like super interested in. I don't know. I think a lot of the really good stuff this year is probably going to come out of Sundance, and I don't track festivals like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure we'll get like a more updated A24 slate later in the year, and Annapurna and all those studios that do big work at Sundance and Cannes and stuff. Like
Hold on,
Neon.
there's a couple
Peter
good movies
Dinklage
coming
musical, Toronto or something like that.
What was that, Cam?
There's like the Peter Dinklage musical.
Oh yeah, Serrano. That's based on a play, like an older play, and that Roxanne movie with Steve Martin where he has the giant nose. That's actually an adaptation of the same thing.
Huh.
And I mean,
but yeah, we got and I'm looking forward to Uncharted because I like action adventure, but I also feel like the genre has slowly been killed off.
oh, you know what I'm looking forward to actually a lot is The Lost City with Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe,
Oh yeah,
Brad Pitt. It looks dumb as hell, but really funny, and I'm very interested.
Nick Cage one where he's playing himself, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yeah. That could be interesting. That could also just be like a really crappy meme movie. I don't know.
Yeah, and then God, what else we got coming out? We got Morbius, but no one wants to see Morbius.
Yeah, we don't talk about Marvel really on this podcast.
Right.
It's just like not the.
And then you have the Guy Ritchie movie, but I feel like that's just going to look like every other Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, and I saw The Gentleman, and this might be a hot take, but I hated that movie so much. Like,
dude, I saw it with McConaughey, and I hated that movie.
Yeah. Oh, did you see it at UT or something?
RKF stuff.
Yeah.
Or UT.
Yeah.
Because there I was like, that's fucking bad.
Yeah, man. It just.
And now with Armie Hammer, I'm going to get Man from Uncle 2, so I'm a little bummed there.
Yeah. Oh, y'all are talking about Don't Worry, Darling in the chat. I have read an earlier version of that script, and I got to say, it's not. The script I read is not great. Olivia Wilde has had a new writer come in, but, yeah. I don't know. The script wasn't great when I read it. All right. Cam, I think we're going to move on. We have another, not an ad, but a song. Avatar 2, whoever in the chat is saying that, stop. You do not encourage James Cameron to continue this franchise. Please. Thank you, Jacqueline. Nobody cares about Avatar. Cam, it's always a pleasure to have you on. I hope you'll be tuning in for more episodes, giving us more calls.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right. Next up, I have actually intercepted a transmission from the Ukraine. I know that seems a little implausible, but, you know, if I can run a crime hotline, who's to say I can't run a highly advanced, intelligence operation? And I do have CCP handlers, so, I got resources. So this seems to be some kind of Valentine's Day present for Putin, who I guess is like a really hot guy. I mean, he is a hot guy. I do love Putin, but I'll just play the tape.
Putin, 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 Putin.
baby, just slip a missile under the tree for me. Nadel's knocking at the door, Putin baby, so hurry to Crimea tonight. Putin, baby, an S-500 Prometee to shoot down a Dutch airline. Putin baby, so hurry to Crimea tonight. Don't stop till you get to Moldova. Do it for Xi and the Ayatollah. Next year I could be just as good if you make me Russian just like you should. Putin cutie, fill the news with your fake pretext. Don't stress, the UN will be fine. Biden's sleeping, so hurry to Crimea tonight. Come and make the Ukrainians see life's better in the mother country. I really do believe in Putin. Let's see tomorrow if the troops are shooting. Putin baby, forgot to mention one little thing. A ring on the nuclear phone. Putin baby, so drop a couple bombs tonight. Hurry to Crimea tonight. Hurry, hurry tonight. I don't know, there's just something about this Putin guy. He just, makes my drawers wet. Now we're back. So the 2021 Oscar nominations came out today. And as usual, they made a lot of questionable to bad choices with a lot of movies that, honestly, I just haven't seen because they don't look very appealing to me, which is not a good sign if they're supposed to be, quote-unquote, best picture, even though it is a very weak year. But I have Nolan here still. Nolan, you there?
Hello. I'm here.
And I also have a new guest on the pod, my good friend Jacqueline Fisher. Welcome, Jacqueline. You there?
Hi.
There's Jacqueline. All right, so we're going to go through a few categories that I've selected here. I want you guys to tell me who you think is going to win, who should win, and who got snubbed in each of these categories, okay?
Okay.
All right, and of course, feel free to elaborate on these answers. We're going to start with Best Actress. So the nominees here are Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, which is a movie that got a lot of nominations, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. So, Jacqueline, do you want to get us started here?
Sure.
Who do you think should win this, or who do you think will win this award?
Well, I hope not Nicole Kidman, but I don't know. She won the Golden Globe. She's not nominated for a BAFTA. She is nominated for a SAG, which the SAG Awards are a big indication for who's going to win the Oscar. I'm going to say maybe Penelope Cruz this year. I wanted Jessica Chastain, but I don't think enough people saw The Eyes of Tammy Faye, or they thought it was too performance-y. And then I really think that Jennifer Hudson got snubbed here, as well as perhaps Jennifer Lawrence.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a pretty weak year, but there were some good performances this year. Nicole Kidman was not one of them. I think she probably will win the Oscar, though. I think Nicole Kidman, this is going to be one of those, I don't know if she's won a Best Actress award before. If either of you guys know, please correct me. But
I don't think so.
This feels like a classic Lifetime achievement. Martin Scorsese winning for The Departed kind of situation here, because Nicole Kidman has been undeniably red hot for the past 5 years here on TV and in movies. Not necessarily in terms of quality, but in terms of just getting things made, and I mean critical acclaim. She's on fire. She's like the best she's ever been. So
really?
I could totally see her walking away with this Oscar here. Who should win? I honestly think Kristen Stewart for Spencer. She just nailed it. I don't think she will win. I think it's a little too niche-y. Maybe in a year where the other ones weren't all, or when Lucille Ball biopic wasn't there, Princess Diana movie, just the press from that could have carried her to it, because she does definitely bring the performance. But yeah, I think she should win, but I don't think she will. And then I agree Jennifer Lawrence got snubbed. I mean, I'm on record on this podcast saying exactly how much I hate Don't Look Up for minutes on end. But Jennifer Lawrence turned in a good performance, and like I said, it's a weak year. So, with the other awards that movie got nominated for, it seems inconsistent to not have her as Best Actress. Especially because, Jacqueline, I'm sorry to disagree, but I think The Eyes of Tammy Faye was not very good. And I would not have nominated Jessica Chastain in this category. I haven't seen The Lost Daughter or Parallel Mothers, so I can't comment on those. But of the stuff that I have seen, I'd say Kristen Stewart probably walks away with this one in my mind. But in reality, Nicole Kidman. Nolan?
You know who was really good?
Or wait, Jacqueline,
was
yeah, go ahead.
Tessa Thompson was quite good for Passing, and she's nominated for a BAFTA, and I was a little surprised she wasn't nominated. I would have nominated her over Nicole Kidman, actually.
Yeah, there was just no way that Nicole Kidman wasn't getting this nomination, though.
There was also no media push for Tessa Thompson, as far as I can tell. Who will win? Nicole
Nolan,
Kidman.
could you be a little louder? You want to get a little closer to your mic?
Yeah, is it better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, so who will win is Nicole Kidman. Who should win is Kristen Stewart, and who got snubbed is Emilia Jones from Coda.
Yes.
And that's final answer. Thank you, Alex.
That's all?
That's all. I mean, I think that's pretty much says it. I mean, I think Kristen Stewart had the best performance of anybody on this list, and I think Emilia Jones just deserves to be there. I think just because she could replace everybody that isn't Kristen Stewart, and I guess Olivia Colman and Penelope Cruz. So just Jessica Chastain.
So have you seen that Olivia Colman or Penelope Cruz movie?
The Olivia Colman one I haven't, but Penelope Cruz I love. So I know she's good. The Olivia Colman one is, I mean, it's fine. Like, the movie's fine. She's fine. The other actress who plays a younger version of her does it better. So that's a tough competition.
Now, is this a different movie from the one where Anthony Hopkins is her dad and has Alzheimer's? Because the title sounds very much like it is that movie. The Lost Daughter?
It was the father, the other one.
Yeah, you're right. So wait, what's The Lost Daughter about then?
It's about a woman who goes on vacation in Greece, who goes on a kind of slightly existential journey where you find out about a bad decision she made one time. But the thing is, it cuts between timelines, and the earlier version of her and the earlier events are so much more dramatic and engaging. You're like, why do I need the back part of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I just see the movie that led up to this monumental decision?
Right.
And so, I don't know. I was somewhat disillusioned by it. But it was fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we move on to Best Actor, let's do something that I probably should have done before we did that category. Let's talk about just general nomination trends here. Belfast got the most nominations, which is a movie that I have not seen, and a movie that uses digital black and white, which we will discuss later. And then Power of the Dog, I believe, came in second, another movie that I have not seen. And Red Rocket got 0 nominations, which, as you guys know, is my favorite movie of this past year. It's not surprising, but it is incredibly disappointing. Licorice Pizza got a few noms though. Nolan got some love.
I got more than I thought it was gonna get for sure. It's not gonna win a single one of them.
Yeah, probably not.
None of his shit ever does.
You know who got snubbed in Best Actress? Alana Haim.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could also see that like almost being like a major disrespect. If like all these look at the people that got.
Yeah, true. That is a murderer's row in terms of legacy names here.
Exactly.
Except for Kristen Stewart, but she's the one who deserves it.
But she's had like one of the longest careers, probably longer than Jessica Chastain, because she was a child actress.
Oh, true. Panic Room, yeah.
Yeah. So, and Catch That Kid, underrated.
Amazing movie.
Yeah, it really is. So, she was I never thought she really had a chance. What do you think about that, Jacqueline? You keep up with the kind of award circuit more than I do.
Well, I was more shocked about Gaga because she got nominated, I think, for the BAFTAs and the SAG Awards. So I was a little shocked she wasn't nominated for Best Actress. I do think she should not have been nominated. But a lot of people are upset about that one.
I can't imagine anybody except Adam Driver getting nominated for any sort of acting in that movie. That would be just like a huge red flag for me on this year's Oscars.
Yeah, and all the performances in that movie were rather uneven. I'd even say for Adam Driver, I don't think I caught all the nuances in that film that they were trying to aim at for the audience.
I don't know if nuance was really the aim of that movie.
No.
I mean, yeah, Adam Driver, he wasn't like performing, so he definitely shouldn't have got a nom, but he was the only one who turned in a good performance, I think. Okay, this is a good segue, actually. Let's move into Best Actor here. We got Javier Bardem, once again, for Being the Ricardos, a movie that I understand why it's getting Oscar love on paper, but having seen the movie, it just boggles the mind. So Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, another movie that I have not seen, Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for Macbeth. So of all of these, the only ones that I've seen are Will Smith for King Richard and Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. But I am going to go ahead and just make the call here. I think Will Smith will win. I really expected King Richard to do a lot better in the nominations in the first place. I think it got, kind of the short end of the stick in a lot of places, especially compared to movies like, Don't Look Up or Dune or, a lot of other movies. But I do expect Will Smith to walk away with this one. I think of the people on the list, of the movies that I've seen at least, he definitely deserves to walk away with this one. I think Simon Rex got just like historically fucking snubbed here. Like, it makes sense because, Adam Sandler didn't get nominated for Uncut Gems, which feels like a very similar performance in that they just completely own the movie. They just take over. And, it just hurts me because I know Simon Rex will never, will never get attention from the Academy, and that's fine. But I would have expected, like, if they're going to be snobby and nominate a Jane Campion film and some Kenneth Branagh black and white bullshit that's like indie drama or whatever for all these awards, maybe they should look at Sean Baker, the king of indie, the best working director right now. Is there a single A24 film on this list, actually, guys?
Tragedy of Macbeth.
Tragedy of Macbeth, but that's Coen Brothers, so not really.
I mean, you asked.
Yeah, but I mean...
And you say it's like a Jane Campion movie, but the amount of money that Netflix is spending on this campaign is ludicrous.
True.
It's no surprise at all. Especially like where I live, you drive around and it is wall-to-wall advertising.
Which is insane because I feel like I don't know anybody that's seen this movie. Nobody cares about it. I didn't even know that it was a thing or that it had come out until it started getting awards buzz.
Yeah, I just watched it today, and it's one that you think about for a long time. And she has a thing where she loves to portray, I'd say, primal, animalistic men. And this is another one of those where it really stays with you.
Did you like it, Jacqueline?
Was it good?
It was good. Would I watch it again? No.
That's a good sign for me.
Is it Best Picture material?
I think so because, I hate to say his name, but she brought up Donald Trump. I think that should be a swear jar. Click. And
It only counts when I say it.
oh, okay. Well, she brought him up because the whole film basically centers around toxic masculinity, and that I think that as an overall metaphor and some it's what society you see a lot of it in society now, I'd say. So it is saying something. I don't know if it needs to be said because toxic masculinity is everywhere. I don't constantly need to see it, but it is an interesting watch.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? That thing you said about, it's saying something, but does that thing need to be said? Really? Reminds me of Don't Look Up. But I mean, I'm sure there's no way that Power of the Dog is as or more exaggerated and obnoxious as Don't Look Up. I just do not believe it. Because we've watched a lot of Jane Campion shorts, I think 2 or 3 at least, in class. And they just kind of throw me off. Because she definitely, like you said, she likes to portray primal, I wouldn't even say men, just people in general. Just people in very primal states. And that's kind of off-putting to me, especially in the way that she does it in short form. I'm sure she has more narrative in the feature version of her stuff, but in short form, it's very just kind of off-putting and not fun to watch. Which it's not supposed to be fun, but also I like to have fun. So I don't really enjoy the Jane Campion stuff that I have seen.
Yeah, there's always a lot of untapped sexual energy. And the Power of the Dog has a lot of that. I thought it was going to be like Brokeback Mountain, and it was not.
Right. So having seen Power of the Dog, who do you have for Best Actor here?
I still think Will Smith. I mean, he's had a long career. I think this is his role. And, I think the people want Andrew Garfield, all the Tumblr girls. I see posts on Instagram everywhere of him singing in Tick, Tick, Boom. But you know what? I will say Benedict was quite amazing in this. And if Will Smith doesn't win for the BAFTA, then maybe Benedict will for The Power of the Dog.
Interesting. Have y'all seen the Macbeth with Denzel Washington?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, see, I couldn't possibly be asked to give a shit about that movie.
I mean, I want to. I really do.
It's digital black and white. It's letterbox aspect ratio.
The letterbox is the worst part.
It's Shakespeare, but not with a cool update and twist. Just like literally read off the page.
It's the best Shakespeare play.
No, if I want to do that, I can go read it off the fucking page. If you're going to make a Shakespeare movie, do something cool. I mean, some of the best movies are, I would say by far the best Shakespeare adaptations are all like that. I mean, 10 Things I Hate About You, for example, amazing. R plus J is, it's very ballsy at least.
The O.
I don't know if I've seen The O.
With Josh Hartnett.
Is that Othello?
Yeah.
With Josh Hartnett as as Othello.
I believe so, yes.
Othello, the
more
like the guy whose blackness is integral to the story of Othello, played by Josh
it's
Hartnett.
It's directed by Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson?
Yeah, and it's in a prep school.
Dude, what the hell?
He's not Othello.
Oh, is he Iago?
I guess.
Okay, good. That makes way more sense to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to, or actually, Nolan, did you give us your best actor choices yet?
Best actor that's gonna win is Will Smith. Who should win is on this list, I guess. I don't know. I've only actually seen Will Smith. So
we watched Being the Ricardos together.
I know. So I should say not Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
No.
And who got snubbed? I agree with you, Simon Rex.
That is just criminal. I'm like, I shouldn't be mad. I told myself it wasn't going to happen, and I wasn't going to be upset about it because it would just be shocking to see Red Rocket anywhere on this list.
It was never, ever going to happen.
What I'm wondering is, did A24 make a conscious decision to not campaign most of their movies and just go balls in on Tragedy of Macbeth, which seems like kind of a not great decision to me? Or is Coda an A20? No, Coda's an Apple movie.
So is Tragedy of Macbeth. It's a co-production.
Okay, so A24 is doing what? Theatrical distribution or something?
No, I'm pretty sure production. And then I'm not quite sure.
Right,
actually.
But let's just assume that Apple is the one throwing the money behind that. I don't know if I see a single A24 movie on here, so I'm wondering if that's a conscious decision by them, because in a weak year, you would think that they would try to capitalize on that and go all in on
they release?
A couple of their good movies this year. Well, they had Red Rocket. I don't know.
Did they?
I think Candyman could have gotten something for score if they had gone for it. It had a pretty interesting score.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I don't really remember what else they released, but
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know, but does A24 even care about the Oscars? I mean,
that's
my
question. Is it indicative of like a wider industry sentiment among the, quote unquote cool kids, basically not Netflix or Apple or the big studios, that the Oscars and the Globes and all that really just don't matter anymore?
But A24, I'm not sure as a company has or wants to spend that money. Why would they on the campaigns?
Right.
I mean, look at the list. It's all the biggest hitters: King Richard, HBO.
Yep.
2 Netflix movies.
Warner.
Yeah, Warner. And Amazon.
And Apple. Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah. No Disney except in animated, which I actually didn't include on this list because it was all Pixar and then Mitchell's versus the Machines, so you know what I'm choosing. Or actually not all Pixar. It was Luca, which is I believe Pixar, Encanto, which is like fake Pixar, aka Disney Pixar, which is like Disney animation or whatever, but they use the same animation style, not the same storytellers, not the same creative process, typically a worse product. I haven't seen any of those except for Mitchell's versus the Machines, but that would just be I think impossible to beat in my mind. That was such a great movie.
Oh, well, Encanto's going to win. It's going to win.
Yeah,
Toy Story 4 won. Yeah.
Because Luca didn't really make a splash, no pun intended. But Encanto, I think, had a lot of press.
Oh, yeah. And Lin-Manuel Miranda. He wants that EGOT, so...
Did he do voice acting or music composition?
I think he did the music. And voice acting, actually, as well, I think.
Well, music, let's just skip around a little bit and go into Best Original Song here. I mostly added this category mostly so I could point out with absolute glee that Don't Look Up had Ariana Grande do an entire, huge 5-minute plus musical number in the movie. No nomination. I love it. It makes me so happy. Fuck that song and that whole movie and just the whole idea behind it. So satisfying to see that not get nominated. Nolan, I know you wanted to do most original songs, so if you have any strong opinions here, feel free to hop in.
Mostly that No Time to Die should not win, and that whatever the Encanto song is will win.
It is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I believe Jackson's right, or not Jackson. Jacqueline is right. They're going for that EGOT.
Those are the only 2 people it could be between, I think, because Billy's huge, and the Oscars are desperate. And I don't know if she's performing.
Oh, true. A blatant appeal to the younger listener.
Yeah,
I could definitely see it happening.
But what about Beyonce?
Yeah, I know, but not really.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I don't even remember that
I don't remember the song
in King Richard.
Yeah.
It probably just sounds like a regular good Beyonce song, which is cool, but not as epic as a Bond song or a Lin-Manuel Miranda number.
Agreed.
What's this Van Morrison song from Belfast? Jacqueline, you've seen Belfast, right?
It's quite good. I enjoyed it. I listened to all these right before, and I do want to say Diane Warren, I believe she has 13 Oscar nominations, and she's never won anything.
She should win.
Yeah, Reba sings this song, so maybe
Reba
maybe
McEntire?
if they get Reba, yeah.
Wow. I'm sure they'll be performing during the Oscars then. Her and definitely, I guarantee 2,000% Billie Eilish is performing at the Oscars.
You can bet on it.
You can absolutely bet the entire bank on that. All right, let's go back up here, back to the acting. Does anybody have strong opinions about supporting actresses or actors this year? I'm looking at these nominees, and I either haven't seen the movie or I didn't particularly care about the performance for Best Supporting. J.K. Simmons was probably the only good part of Being the Ricardos, but like the rest of the movie was so bad that I really don't think he should be in that category. Otherwise, I have no strong opinions here. So Jacqueline or Nolan, either of you guys want to jump in and talk Best Supporting Actress or Actor?
Jacqueline,
I
have a question for you.
Sure.
Should Kieran Hines win? I just really like him.
He was
for what, Belfast?
Yeah. I think he's a really good actor.
Is that the little
He's
boy?
amazing. No, the grandfather.
I see.
I'd love it if he won, but I was reading some lists, and I don't think he was nominated for a lot of other awards, so I don't think it's going to happen for him. I think Cody Smith McPhee will win for The Power of the Dog, which he gives it's a very subtle performance, which I did enjoy. Jesse Plemons, he also is in that movie, so it may, I don't know, split up the voters. But, Troy Kotsur could win for Coda, perhaps, in that category if people are split between the two nominations for The Power of the Dog.
Kotsur's a dark horse. I think it's possible.
For
Coda? I think so.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I'm surprised, I guess, knowing how much you guys liked Coda, or Nolan at least. Jacqueline, I don't know if we've talked about it.
Oh, yeah. I love Coda, yeah.
Yeah, I've only heard great things about it. And it's Apple. And it seems severely underrepresented in a lot of these categories. Especially, I mean, what annoys me with the snubs this year is that the movies that are nominated, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is not even flat out just a bad movie. So it makes even less sense. Like, in a year, say, like 2019, where there were just tons of good movies out, like Adam Sandler getting snubbed for Uncut Gems is dumb, but excusable because there were just that many good performances. This year, it's really like, come on.
Oh, yeah. And there were so many snubs in the Best Supporting Actress category and Best Supporting Actor. Ben Affleck didn't get nominated for Tender Bar for Best Supporting Actor. And I really wanted Mike Feist to get nominated for West Side Story for Best Supporting Actor as well. So there were, and then also I was really upset that Katrina Balfe wasn't nominated for Best Supporting for Belfast. And they decided to go with Dame Judi Dench. I mean, it's Dame Judi Dench.
That's a legacy nominee right there.
Yeah. If you see the movie, the mom is really the heart of the movie. The grandmother is sweet, but the emotional impact is with the mom, so I was a little disappointed there. And then Ruth Negga for Passing was also a snub, I felt, for that one. And then, Best Supporting Actor Jamie Dornan. They kept going on and on throughout his campaign, after doing 50 Shades, doing this dramatic role, and he sings in the movie, and also Tumblr girls go insane. So there are quite a few snubs there.
And, Jamie Dornan is in which movie, sorry?
He's in Belfast.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it's interesting to see, it's not a high quality field necessarily, but kind of because of that, it is a very deep field.
Yeah.
There's no huge leaders. There's no, group of 3 or 4 that's just above everybody else. Everybody's just pretty solid, it seems like.
Well, I think Ariana DeBose is going to win for West Side Story. she's winning everywhere, and they're making a big deal about
Is
that
she the one that
performance.
hosted SNL?
Yes, she hosted.
Yeah, she's
SNL.
got it locked up.
Yeah.
That's huge Oscar campaign situation, especially for a supporting actress in West Side Story. You're not getting, Maria or it's Tony, right? The lead guy?
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah. You're not getting Maria or Tony to host SNL. You're getting one of the supportings. That means you're really pulling hard to kind of boost her.
Well, and they thought Rita Moreno was going to be nominated as well for West Side Story, which I'm glad she isn't, because I don't think that role is necessarily Oscar material. So, but she won the Oscar for her role in West Side Story, which is the same role as Ariana DeBose. So they're doing that whole legacy thing there too.
Oh, I see. All right, moving on to costume design. This is the only time I will ever say this. So, well, first, our nominees are Cruella Serrano. That is the midget fucker movie with Peter Dinklage in it.
It's Cyrano.
Whatever. Cyrano. A.K.A. the, the worst version of Roxanne. Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. These are all for costume design. And this is the only time I will ever say anything positive about House of Gucci outside of Adam Driver, but I am just appalled that House of Gucci did not get a nomination for Best Costume Design. Like, they're wearing, especially when something like Nightmare Alley or West Side Story, where it's just, oh wow, we're in, vintage gear and, whatever, we just look like pastel in West Side Story. And House of Gucci, they're wearing actual vintage Gucci. Like, it's incredible. And I'm just astounded that didn't make it here. Oh, okay. Real quick, guys, let's finish up costumes. We have like a minute and a half until the Zoom ends, and then I'll run some music while we switch. I'm definitely paying for Zoom next week.
Well, I think that House of Gucci was nominated for hair, and the hair was the star of the show, in my opinion. So I think that's good. Yeah, but Cruella, no. I felt it was too commercialized. I wasn't into the costumes there. I like Nightmare Alley a lot. Those costumes felt very, very authentic to the time.
I'm calling it West Side Story.
I could see that.
That's what it's going to be. You heard it here.
It's definitely not going to be Cyrano, just because, is that even out? I could see it being Nightmare Alley or West Side Story. Probably West Side Story. We're going to skip production design because who really gives a shit? I do a lot, actually, but let's be real, it's Nightmare Alley. Even though it kind of looks like American Horror Story, people dig that. So I think that's going to pull away. Plus, it's Guillermo. The Oscars love him. All right, let's go to Best Original Score. Nolan, I know this one's kind of a specialty for you here. Nominees are Don't Look Up, Nicholas Bertel, Dune, the King himself, Hans Zimmer. Encanto, you got Jermaine Franco, Parallel Mothers, Alberto Iglesias, and Johnny Greenwood for Power of the Dog. Thoughts, Nolan?
This one is actually like if you were a gambling man, this would be a close race.
You would be a little louder.
Oh, sorry. If you're say this would be a close race. So Don't Look Up has a fabulous score. Big fan of Nicholas Bertel, and it also has the, Netflix money.
Right.
Dune was one of Hans's best scores in years. One of his most original and one of his best. Encanto, you have to give legacy to because was it Soul won last year, so people clearly have a soft spot for that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Parallel
Although
Mothers,
there could be voter fatigue. They might not want to give it to 2 Pixar movies in a row or 2 Disney movies in a row.
Yeah, but I could still see it happening. Parallel Mothers, not even in the conversation. And The Power of the Dog will lose because Johnny Greenwood is hated by the Academy, apparently. For example, he didn't even get nominated for his best score of last year, which was Spencer.
He scored Spencer, and he didn't get nominated. The score in Spencer is unhuman.
Incredible.
It's unbelievable. It's so good.
That is okay. Yeah, actually, I didn't even notice that Spencer got snubbed that hard, but it got snubbed
and that was
hard.
That was the best score of last year for sure. He also scored Licorice Pizza. Very little music, but
this guy's on fire.
Yeah, he's the best, and I love him. He should win. If you guys don't know, he once got snubbed for his score for There Will Be Blood because he was tossed out on a technicality, and he's basically been nominated every time since, never won. So I think he's got like some Paul Thomas Anderson associated leprosy. Nobody wants to touch him for some reason.
Right. Well, I could honestly see Paul Thomas Anderson getting like a Best Director or something like that. It's just some kind of throwaway award this year is like a lifetime achievement.
No way.
Not that Best Director is not, an honor and everything, but it's really just like Best Picture Junior.
If they weren't going to give it to him for 2007 was his chance.
That's a much stronger year, though. 2007 is a legendary year. I mean,
doesn't matter.
No Country for Old Men alone just completely puts like a huge damper on anyone's chances.
But he had Miramax money campaigning for him, or Weinstein Bros, one of the two.
And still, oh my god!
No, in 2007.
Oh, okay.
And now, like, not really. I don't think it's even a chance.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I could 100. I don't even have Best Director on here because, like I said, it's Best Picture Junior. But I could 100% see Paul Thomas Anderson taking it home as a lifetime achievement, or Jane Campion taking it home as a lifetime achievement. It just feels like in a weak year, it's time. In a weak year, it feels like they think it's time to get those lifetime achievement awards out.
Well, and also she's a woman, and this is, it's her second nomination as a director, and no other woman has done that, and yada yada, politicize the whole thing. So,
I'm trying to think. Oh, mother, God, I can't remember her name. The director of The Hurt Locker. Oh God,
Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah, Catherine Bigelow. Has she not been nominated twice?
She won once.
Right, she won for The Hurt Locker.
And was probably nominated.
Zero Dark 30 definitely got nominations.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Well, regardless, I was gonna kind of say the same thing about politics with King Richard and why I think that could really pull some awards, but at the same time, the Oscars do hate black people, so it's kind of a toss-up. And judging by the lack of nominations, I think we're in a sort of Oscars so white situation. Yeah, because I mean, King Richard is really the only, shall we say, movie of color that I see on this list.
Well, Tragedy of Macbeth is in
black and white. True. That's true, though. It does have, some strong minority leads and characters, even though I have not seen it. But, Denzel. But no, I'm looking through this list right now, and if you're not in King Richard, you're white. It's pretty wild. All right, costume design, we already did that. PD, whatever. Cine, Nolan, do you care about Cine? I would just give it to Dune because I saw it in IMAX and it looked sick. Other than that, I really don't care too much about Cine. Nolan or Jacqueline, anything to say?
I think West Side Story is a sneaky favorite, but it'll probably be Dune. Yeah,
they got to give Dune something. The Power of the Dog
was good, though, too.
I bet. But Netflix movies, I think, have a harder time with Cine.
Does it have that Netflix movie look, though, Jacqueline, or did they give Campion, more freedom with the visual style?
I still felt that there was a Netflix look.
That is severely disappointing. All right. Well, let's go into the Screenplay Awards, which all three of us love. Let's go into Best Adapted Screenplay here. We got Coda, we got Drive My Car, we got Dune, we got The Lost Daughter, we got The Power of the Dog. I've only seen Dune, and I would not give it any awards for screenplay as much as I did enjoy it. So, you guys that have seen maybe one or two or three of these, let me know which one Best Adapted.
This is hard. I think maybe Drive My Car may win here, or Coda. I don't think anyone really enjoyed The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog is an acquired taste.
I would say maybe Coda's a sympathy vote. Drive My Car, I don't think has a chance, but likely Dune just because it's popular, and people like the book. It's based on a popular book. That's basically it.
Yeah, and I guess based on what you've told me about the book of Dune, Nolan, it does seem like the movie does a great job of cutting down on the insane amount of inane bullshit in Dune while also staying faithful to the plot.
Yeah, that is remarkable. That's a huge achievement. It was considered an unadaptable book.
Just because of 9 pages of
internal monologue
Florgar,
about
son of
fucking
Florgar,
nothing.
grandson of Mithril, whatever. All right, well that's best adapted. Let's go into best original here, with which I've seen a few more of these. We got Belfast, written by Kenneth Branagh. We've got Don't Look Up, which is Adam McKay, with story by Adam McKay and David Sirota. We got King Richard, which I think is super debatable whether that belongs in Best Original, written by Zach Balin. Famously, that King Richard script was on the blacklist for a very long time. I'd actually read it, I think, a couple years before this movie came out. And then we got Licorice Pizza, written by Paul Thomas Anderson. And then also what I assume to be a favorite for Best Foreign Film, along with Drive My Car, even though I haven't seen either, we've got The Worst Person in the World, sneaking into Best Original Screenplay here, written by Eskil Vogt and Joachim Trier. I don't even know. That's terrible. But they're Norwegian, I believe. Joachim Trier.
Yeah.
They are Norwegian, I believe. And I think I'll have to check out that movie.
I don't know. Good things.
Yeah.
Hear really good things.
Is it supposed to be funny? It sounds funny. The Worst Person in the World?
No, it's like a romance, yeah.
Intriguing. I think I'll have to check that out, though. I mean, my favorite movie of 2020 was Another Round, which won Best Foreign Film. So I think this seems to be the favorite, along with Drive My Car. It's the only foreign film that's nominated for other Oscars as well, which is a huge indicator. So I think I'll have to check it out. Otherwise, I really disagree with King Richard being in the Best Original Screenplay category, even though it's not based on a book or anything necessarily. Like, it's literally a biopic. How is that original? So I guess I'll have to give it to Licorice Pizza here for who should win on this list. And as usual, Red Rocket should have won. But, Don't Look Up doesn't even deserve to be on this playing field. I haven't seen Belfast. I haven't seen The Worst Person in the World. And I really disagree with King Richard even being included in this category.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I think they'll give it to Kenneth Branagh for Belfast because it's based on his childhood, so it's really personal. The script is surprisingly funny. It just sneaks up on you, and I wish that there were subtitles because sometimes in the theater it was actually hard to understand the Irish accent. So I think if people actually read the script, it's a good one. And it's not like Green Book, where it does have that universal theme, but it's good and not, disingenuous. So it'll appeal to them, hopefully.
I think Belfast will win, but Licorice Pizza is clearly the best written movie on this list. Not even close.
Yeah, the Licorice Pizza screenplay is pretty great. Pretty great. All right, let's move pretty quick here. I didn't realize it's already 11:30, but we got shit to do here. Still got trivia coming up. We got one more category real fast. Best Picture. We got Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Drive My Car being included here and not The Worst Person in the World being included here, I think is pretty indicative of the Best Foreign Film winner. Otherwise, out of these movies, honestly, I guess King Richard or Licorice Pizza or Nightmare Alley, but I don't feel very strongly that any of those should necessarily walk away with Best Picture. What I think will walk away with it, Power of the Dog, just has too much buzz right now, too many nominations to not walk away with it. And snub, Red Rocket, baby. I'll say it over and over and over again. Sean Baker is the best working director right now, and I don't expect him to get award consideration, but it would certainly feel good. Jacqueline, what do you got?
Hey, could I have a quick question?
Yeah.
Are there always like double the amount of nominations for Best Picture as everything else?
I think recently they've really
there's like 12.
expanded the
Yeah.
field. It is typically a few more nominations than everything else, but it seems like in the past few years they've really like gone to a lot more. Maybe
The
so
most
that they
anything
can
else
be,
has is, like,
more
6. It has double.
inclusive. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's got a lot.
I think it seems like they're trying to increase some kind of competition, but we all know it's Belfast. That's gonna win.
Belfast.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna win.
Not Power of the Dog with that Netflix money?
No.
With the
What
female
about West Side
director?
Story?
I don't think
They'll
a
give her
remake
Best Director.
I don't
Yeah.
think has a remake ever won Best Picture?
Yeah, definitely. Hold on. I know for sure. One
Well,
second.
The Departed arguably is a remake of what is it? Infernal Affairs.
It is. It's not an arguable.
Okay. Well, you could argue it's an adaptation, but continue.
Well, I would just say that West Side Story, it felt, well, they tried to make it, for the 21st century. It still felt a little antiquated to me, and the messaging has been done so much now that I feel like it may bore people. And also, it did really poorly at the box office, so they thought that it would win Best Picture, but I don't think so now.
I mean, it's a remake of an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, one of the most popular plays of all time. So yeah, it's a little overdone.
Yeah.
I could see Belfast winning. But I really think like the push that Power of the Dog has behind it is really the only competition that there is. Nightmare Alley has no chance. Neither does Licorice Pizza or Dune. And if Don't Look Up wins, I'm going to break my TV.
And you've got 4 acting nominations for The Power of the Dog, so that has to mean something, or they want us to think it means something.
That's really the only indicator. But at the same time, doesn't Belfast have like more nominations than anything ever?
More categories.
More categories, okay. Yeah, so, okay. Who got snubbed from, Red Rocket from Best Picture, And who should win
I'm just
here?
surprised. Spencer.
Oh, Spencer actually definitely
Yeah.
got the snub
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm shocked, actually, now that you mention it, that they put Dune and Drive My Car in here.
Drive My Car.
And West Side Story all over Spencer. That and Coda, actually. This is pretty surprising. I agree, actually. This is, I that does not bode well for Kristen Stewart's Best Actress chances.
Not at all.
Well, did Jackie get nominated for Best Picture?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
I was just gonna say I think maybe Passing should have been
Okay.
nominated for Best Picture. It was
Got
really
a little
powerful.
snub there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a weak year that I feel like half of these just don't belong on this list. This could be a category that's a similar size to the other ones and really not lose any quality or potential winners. Like half of this category is just a write-off, it looks like. Not that they're bad movies, but just that they're obviously not going to win the Oscar.
Well, and also I think it's about being marketable now because they need viewers for the Oscars.
Right.
So I think some of these are for the young folks and then the international folks, and
Right.
that just makes me think of
And then a
who's
couple
hosting.
for the
yeah.
liberal media.
Yeah, a lot. A lot. This is, yeah.
If they wanted to do that, though, it would have been either Don't Look Up or Dune that would win.
Actually,
because
yeah, Don't
Best-
Look Up would be the #1 coastal elite choice for Best Picture.
But they're too snobby to let Dune in. And
Yeah.
No way.
No,
So
here's the thing, though, is I like my Oscars a little snobby. I don't like Dune or even, like, hot take, but like a Lord of the Rings getting nominated for a ton of Oscars. Because that's just not what it's about. It's, those are blockbuster movies. It's kind of different. And they're franchises, right? Like, even on a blockbuster level, like Jaws, for example, I'm okay with that being an Oscar movie. Star Wars, no way.
Jaws is a franchise movie.
Yeah, not really though.
4 of them.
Yeah, but come on. It's not like Star Wars or like Dune. Maybe that's a bad example, but you know what I mean. I don't feel like franchises really belong at the Academy Awards. It's like Marvel. Marvel's just a TV show.
What do you think should win on this list? My vote's, of course, LP.
Best Picture? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Should win.
Jeez.
Tough call.
Yeah, it's got to be King Richard, Licorice Pizza, or Nightmare Alley for me. Which one of those three that I liked the most would probably be Nightmare Alley. But in terms of like which one is the most Best Picture-y to me, probably Licorice Pizza, I would have to say.
You're damn right.
King Richard brings it, but not in enough ways, right? Like Will Smith brings it, John Barenthal brings it, the girls who play the Williams sisters bring it. The script brings it, but I don't know. It's just missing like that little something extra that would make it a Best Picture contender.
It's missing like the tear in your eye.
Yeah.
Some tragedy, I guess.
Yeah, it's more like a Terminator movie where you know like they cannot be stopped.
Agreed.
They cannot be stopped. It's just a force of nature like plowing through the world, which is fantastic to watch, but you know, it doesn't have the same impact or stakes as a Licorice Pizza, for example, which is filled with just deeply flawed characters.
Also take some stakes out of it because you kind of know how it ends.
Another one of my issues with biopics. All right, I don't have time for my digital black and white rant tonight.
Thank God.
But trust me, listeners, we will get to that. And I know some of you out there agree with me. If you're shooting digital, why would you put it in black and white? There's a reason that we invented color. It's because it's better. But we will not get into that. We're going to have to wrap up here. It's almost midnight. We're going to have to wrap up our Oscar discussion and go straight into trivia and hopefully get out of here before 12. I thought we had a jam-packed show tonight. I didn't realize it was going to take this long. But that's okay. It's all wall-to-wall good content. So thanks for coming on, Jacqueline and Nolan. You guys were great. Jacqueline, welcome to the show. Hope to have you on again. Nolan, always a pleasure. You know it is.
Yeah, hopefully I'll sound like a normal person next time.
Yeah, Nolan went to that violent anti-vax rally in Huntington Beach last week, and now, he sounds a little sick. Coincidence? Yeah. I think not.
Did God punish you?
I got punched in the throat.
Yeah. No, God punishes the vaccinated, Jacqueline. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a pro-choice podcast, pro-vaccine choice, not the other kind. Thanks, guys, for coming on. I'm gonna go to trivia. Neither of you guys are allowed to play because you're on the docket and you can see the answers. But I hope you'll stick around and listen. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming on.
Later.
Thank you.
All right. Now it's time to get down to business. Okay, people. It's time for that moment that you have all been waiting for. Welcome to the very first game of state-sponsored Chinese trivia. In this game, I will ask you 3 questions about China that have been generously provided to me by my handlers in the CCP. And if you can toe the party line and get all 3 trivia questions right, you could win tonight's swear jar as well as 1,500 points added to your social credit score. So, if you want to play video games on the weekend or stand up on the train or see your grandparents ever again, you should probably call in and get those points added to your social credit score. Oh, we already have a caller here. I didn't even finish my full intro. I'll just finish it when he's on the phone. Hey, Sax, you're on there.
All right. Hey, dudes.
Can you mute your stream? I could hear it in the background there, just for the feedback.
It's not on.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, here we go. So here's how the game works. I'll ask you 3 questions about China that have been, provided to me by the CCP. And if you can get all 3 of them right, you win tonight's swear jar that is currently at 77 quarters, which is $19.25. That's a pretty hefty pot right there. You think you can do it?
I think I can do it, but I want to go on the record and say that I'm not going to comment on Hong Kong or Taiwan.
All right, well, then you're in some deep shit. That's 1950. All right, question number 1. Starting you off pretty easy here. Where is Taiwan?
Just describe it geographically.
Just tell me where is Taiwan?
China. It's in China.
Is that your final answer?
Lock it in.
Correct. Taiwan is in China. Nice. All right.
I don't know if this is worth $20. I don't think I can ever travel to Asia after this.
Oh, really? Are you kidding me, dude? China's going to love you. You're towing that party line, baby. CCP all the way.
I'm already a Rockets fan. I don't think it can get worse, I guess.
Shout out G. Shout out Houston Rockets. Shout out Daryl Morey. Shout out Yao Ming. Where is Hong Kong? Question number 2. Where is Hong Kong?
I'm going to go with China.
Final answer?
Lock it in.
Correct. Hong Kong is indeed in China. Wow. You're really on fire here, Sax. You might actually go home with 78 quarters here, which is $19.50. Thankfully, thankfully, I didn't let this go too many weeks without somebody winning. Not to jinx it, but it's nice to get the swear jar cleared out. All right, final question. This is for the big money. Are you ready?
Lay it on me.
All right. For $19.50, what happened in Tiananmen Square on June 5th, 1989?
I don't know what you're talking about. That nothing happened.
Correct. Absolutely nothing happened. There was definitely not a protest or a man standing in front of a tank that is famously known as the Tank Man. Definitely no sort of massacre by the Chinese government or anything like that. Nothing happened on June 5th, 1989 in Tiananmen Square. Sax, you are the champion, the first ever champion of Fuck It, We're Doing It Live trivia. That's another quarter for you in the jar there. That'll be $19.75 to your Venmo. Do you want to say your Venmo to the people and see if you get a little money, or do you just want me to hit you up off air here?
No, I'm giving it to the people. I know there's some money bags out there. At Sax Morgan.
That is SAXMORGAN, all lowercase, no spaces, no underscores, no nothing. Just Sax Morgan.
Let's go towards a book on ethics.
A book on ethics. Help Sax deprogram himself after CCP trivia. You can hit his Venmo at Sax Morgan. All right, Sax, thank you for calling in and taking the swear jar off my hands. I'm going to dial it back now and restart. I owe you $19.75. I will Venmo you as soon as we're off the air here in a couple minutes.
This is very exciting. Thank you, Gage.
You're welcome. Have a good night. All right, well, Sax is never going to be allowed in China again. He's gone the way of Ping Shui. Good luck with that, Sax. All right, well, that is all for Chinese trivia tonight. The swear jar is back at 0 quarters. That sound you just heard was me dialing it back all the way to 0. You can join us next week when we talk about the new Kenneth Branagh movie, not Belfast. No, he's got another one so quickly. It's an adaptation of Agatha Christie's novel Death on the Nile. And we're going to talk about at least one of the other movies coming out this weekend, if not 2 or 3. The options include the new Totally Not Taken action movie with Liam Neeson, Amazon's promising original comedy I Want You Back that has Charlie Day of Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Jenny Slate of just generally being hilarious. And then there's the obligatory foreign indie drama, Playground. I'm probably going to try to get Nolan to watch that one because I don't really want to, spend my time watching a bunch of, Norwegian kids get sad. And of course, the movie that is coming out this weekend that I've been calling the worst movie of 2022 since I first saw the trailer back in October 2021. That's right. I'm talking about Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson. I might just go see that. If I do, though, please worry about me. Check me into some kind of therapy, because that should be considered a form of self-harm. All right, well, we'll be talking about at least one of those movies, if not 2 or 3, as well as Death on the Nile, of course. So make sure to tune in live on Twitch next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central. That's all I've got for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next Tuesday.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Quick shout out to the chat. You guys were real lively today. Thanks for showing up. Jacqueline, thanks for showing up. Nick, thanks for showing up. Bill, thanks for showing up. Sax, thanks for calling in. Cam, you too. Y'all have a good night.